First contact and misunderstanding. The vast expanse of space had always beckoned humanity, a siren call that whispered of endless possibilities. But on that fateful day in 2157, as the research vessel Curiosity drifted through the Epsilon Eridani system, no one aboard could have predicted the magnitude of the discovery they were about to make. Dr. Samantha Chen, the ship's lead xenobiologist, peered through the observation deck's reinforced glass, her breath catching in her throat. "Captain Morris, you need to see this," she called out, her voice trembling with excitement. Captain Elijah Morris floated over in the zero-gravity environment, his weathered face creasing with curiosity. As he reached the window, his eyes widened in astonishment. There, gliding gracefully through the star-speckled void, was an unmistakably artificial construct, sleek, silvery, and utterly alien. "My God," Morris whispered, "it's them. It's really them." The alien ship, a marvel of engineering unlike anything humanity had ever conceived, seemed to notice the curiosity. It adjusted its course, approaching with a deliberate grace that spoke of intelligence and purpose. "All hands, this is the captain," Morris announced over the ship-wide comm. "Prepare for first contact protocols. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill." As the crew scrambled to their stations, a mixture of excitement and trepidation filled the air. Humanity had long debated the existence of alien life, but now, faced with the reality, they found themselves woefully unprepared. The alien vessel drew closer, dwarfing the Curiosity. A shimmering field enveloped both ships, and suddenly, the humans felt a strange sensation, as if their very thoughts were being probed. They're in our heads," gasped Lieutenant Sarah Reeves, the ship's communications officer. "I can feel them, trying to understand us." For several tense minutes, the mental exchange continued. Then, as abruptly as it had begun, it ceased. A section of the alien ship's hull seemed to liquefy, forming an entranceway. An invitation. Captain Morris made a decision that would alter the course of human history. "Dr. Chen, Lieutenant Reeves, you're with me. We're going aboard." As the three humans stepped into the alien vessel, they found themselves in an environment that defied their understanding of physics. Corridors shifted and realigned, responding to the thoughts and needs of their occupants. And there, waiting for them, stood the Zorak. Towering beings of crystalline structure, the Zorak glowed with an inner light that pulsed in complex patterns. Their bodies seemed to be in a constant state of flux, parts of them becoming translucent or opaque as they moved. "Welcome," a voice resonated in the humans' minds. "We are the Zorak, shepherds of the cosmic harmony." Captain Morris stepped forward, his voice steady despite his racing heart. "I am Captain Elijah Morris of the Earth vessel Curiosity. We come in peace and friendship." The lead Zorak's light patterns intensified. "Peace, friendship. Your thoughts betray you, Elijah Morris. We sense fear, suspicion, and a desire for power. Your kind seeks to dominate, to conquer. This is not the way of cosmic harmony." Confusion and alarm spread across the humans' faces. "No, you misunderstand," Dr. Chen interjected. "Those are natural reactions to the unknown. But we genuinely seek peaceful coexistence and mutual understanding." The Zorak's crystalline forms shimmered with what seemed to be skepticism. "Your history is stained with conflict. You battle amongst yourselves for trivial reasons. How can beings such as you claim to desire peace?" Lieutenant Reeves, sensing the deteriorating situation, made a bold move. She began to sing, a haunting melody that spoke of hope, of humanity's dreams of the stars. Her voice, carried by the strange acoustics of the alien ship, seemed to resonate with the very structure of the Zorak. The aliens' light patterns shifted, a cacophony of colors dancing across their forms. They seemed entranced, moved by the raw emotion conveyed in the song. As the last notes faded, there was a moment of profound silence. Then, the lead Zorak spoke again, its mental voice tinged with a new emotion, wonder. Perhaps we have judged too hastily. This music of yours, It speaks of depths we did not perceive. You are more complex than we initially believed. Captain Morris seized the opportunity. We are a young species, still learning, still growing. But at our core, we dream of a future among the stars, a future we hope to share with others. The next few hours were a whirlwind of cultural exchange. The humans learned of the vast galactic community the Zorak were part of, a community that had been watching Earth for centuries, debating whether humanity was ready for contact. As they prepared to return to the Curiosity, the lead Zorak addressed them one final time. You have given us much to consider, humans. We will convene with the Galactic Council. Your fate, and the fate of your entire species, will be decided there. Back aboard their ship, the human crew was abuzz with excitement and apprehension. They had made first contact, but at what cost? Had they inadvertently placed Earth in danger? As the Curiosity prepared to return home with its monumental news, Dr. Chen approached Captain Morris. "What do you think will happen now, Captain?" Morris stared out at the stars, his expression a mixture of hope and determination. "I don't know, Samantha, but whatever comes next, we'll face it the way we always have, with courage, creativity, and an unwavering belief in the potential of humanity." As the ship set course for Earth, none aboard could have imagined the galactic storm that was brewing, a storm that would test humanity's resolve, ingenuity, and spirit in ways they could never have anticipated. The journey to the stars had begun, and with it, a new chapter in human history was about to unfold. The galactic threat emerges. 6 months had passed since humanity's first contact with the Zorak. Earth was a planet transformed, buzzing with excitement and trepidation about its new place in a vast galactic community. The United Earth Government had been established, a unified body to represent humanity's interests on the cosmic stage. Dr. Samantha Chen found herself at the heart of this new era, appointed as Earth's chief xenobiologist and cultural liaison. She stood now in the newly constructed Galactic Embassy in Geneva, surrounded by holographic displays of alien worlds and species. "Dr. Chen," a voice called. She turned to see Captain Morris, now Admiral Morris, approaching. "The Galactic Council's envoy has arrived. They're requesting your presence." As they hurried to the conference room, Morris briefed her. "Something's wrong, Samantha." The Zorak representative looks disturbed. They entered to find a shimmering Zorak projection hovering above the central table. Its crystalline form pulsed with rapid, erratic patterns, a clear sign of distress. "Greetings, humans," the Zorak's mental voice resonated, tinged with urgency. "We bring grave news. The Void Eaters have returned." A chill ran through the room. Over the past months, Earth had learned of various galactic threats, but the Void Eaters were spoken of in hushed, fearful tones even by the most advanced civilizations. "They've breached the outer defenses of the Andromeda Galaxy," the Zorak continued. "Millions have already perished. The Galactic Council is mobilizing all available forces, but the alien's form flickered, its light dimming. We fear it may not be enough." Admiral Morris stepped forward. "What exactly are these Void Eaters, and how can Earth help?" The Zorak's form shimmered, projecting images of unimaginable horror. Massive, shadow-like entities that seemed to devour light itself, leaving only empty, lifeless husks of planets in their wake. "They are ancient," the Zorak explained. "A species that feeds on the very essence of life and energy. They hibernate for millennia, awakening only to consume. Our weapons barely slow them." Dr. Chen's mind raced. But surely, with a combined knowledge of the galactic community, there must be a way to stop them. The Zorak's light patterns shifted to a deep, mournful blue. "We've tried for eons. Many civilizations have fallen in the attempt. But now we turn to you humans." Confusion spread across the room. Admiral Morris voiced what everyone was thinking. "Us? But we're newcomers to the galactic stage. What could we possibly offer against a threat you faced for millennia?" "Hope," the Zorak replied simply. "In our brief encounter, We sense something in humanity, a spark of innovation, a capacity for thinking beyond established boundaries. Your history, though marked by conflict, also shows remarkable resilience and adaptability. Dr. Chen felt a mix of pride and trepidation. We're honored by your faith in us, but this is a tremendous responsibility. How much time do we have? The Zorax form pulsed rapidly. Not much. The Void Eater's advance is relentless. We estimate it will reach the Milky Way within 1 Earth year. The news hit like a physical blow. 1 year to prepare for a threat that had bested civilizations far more advanced than humanity. Admiral Morris straightened, his jaw set with determination. We'll need everything, all the data you have on the Void Eaters, access to your most advanced technologies. You shall have it, the Zorak agreed. A data transfer has already begun to your systems. But understand, humans, this alliance comes at a price. Many in the Galactic Council opposed involving Earth. If you fail, your species may be deemed too dangerous to continue existing in the cosmic community. The implications were clear: succeed and earn humanity's place among the stars, or fail and face extinction. As the Zorax projection faded, the room erupted into frantic activity. Dr. Chen found herself swept up in a whirlwind of preparations. The next few weeks were a blur of scientific breakthroughs, technological leaps, and increasingly desperate strategies. Earth's finest minds were brought together, working tirelessly to find a solution. Quantum computers crunched through simulations at unprecedented speeds. Particle accelerators probed the very fabric of reality, searching for weaknesses in the Void Eater's composition. But as the months wore on, hope began to wane. Nothing seemed effective against an enemy that could consume energy itself. It was during one late-night brainstorming session that Dr. Chen had an epiphany. She burst into Admiral Morris' office, her eyes wild with excitement. "Elijah, I think I found something. We've been approaching this all wrong. We can't fight the Void Eaters with energy. They'll just consume it. But what if we could trap them? Contain them in a way they can't escape?" Admiral Morris leaned forward, intrigued. "Go on." "It's based on an old Earth theory, the Einstein-Rosen bridge, or what we commonly call a wormhole. But we need to modify it, create a closed loop that feeds back on itself. A pocket universe, essentially." "And you think we can create something like that?" Chen's eyes sparkled. "With the Zorax quantum manipulation technology and our theoretical framework? Yes, I think we can." For the first time in months, a glimmer of hope appeared. But as they delved deeper into the theory, a grim reality emerged. To create a trap large enough to contain the Void Eaters, they would need an enormous amount of energy, more than Earth and its allies could safely generate. The solution, when it came, was both brilliant and terrifying. Lieutenant Sarah Rees, now head of Earth's Xenocommunications Division, proposed the unthinkable. "We use the Void Eaters' hunger against them," she explained to a stunned council. "We create a bait, a star system rigged to collapse into our trap. When they come to feed, we spring it." The room fell silent as the implications sank in. They would be sacrificing an entire star system, potentially with habitable planets, to save the rest of the galaxy. Admiral Morris voiced the question on everyone's mind: and who would volunteer their system for such a sacrifice? The answer came from an unexpected source. The Zorak representative, its crystalline form glowing with solemn determination, stepped forward. "We will," it declared. "Our home system. It is fitting that we, who have shepherded the galaxy for so long, should make this final sacrifice." As the plan was set in motion, Dr. Chen couldn't help but feel a mix of awe and trepidation. Humanity, in its infancy on the galactic stage, was about to embark on the most ambitious and dangerous project in cosmic history. The fate of not just Earth, but countless civilizations across the galaxy now rested on their shoulders. As she looked out at the stars from the observation deck, Samantha Chen whispered a quiet prayer to the universe. "Let this work. For all our sakes, let this work." Little did she know, the true test of humanity's resolve and ingenuity was yet to come. The battle against the Void Eaters would push them to their limits and beyond, revealing strengths they never knew they possessed, and weaknesses that could spell their doom. Human ingenuity unleash. The Zorak home system, once a beacon of advanced civilization, now hummed with an ominous energy. Massive structures orbited its planets, each a crucial component in humanity's desperate plan to trap the Void Eaters. Dr. Samantha Chen stood aboard the UES Prometheus, Earth's most advanced starship, overseeing the final preparations. "Status report," she called out, her voice steady despite the weight of trillions of lives resting on their success. Lieutenant Commander Raj Patel, the ship's chief engineer, responded without looking up from his console. "The quantum fold generators are at 95% capacity, Dr. Chen. We're pushing the limits of what the Zorak thought possible." Chen nodded, a grim smile playing on her lips. In the months since the plan's inception, humanity had made technological leaps that would have taken decades under normal circumstances. The looming threat of extinction was a powerful motivator. "Dr. Chen," a voice called from across the bridge. It was Sarah Reeves, her face appearing on a holographic display. "We're receiving an urgent transmission from Earth. Admiral Morris needs to speak with you." Moments later, the Admiral's weathered face filled the screen. "Samantha, we've got a problem. The Void Eaters have changed course. They're heading straight for the Arcturus system." Chen felt her blood run cold. Arcturus was home to the Nyx, a species of energy beings who had been crucial allies in the fight against the Void Eaters. "But that's not possible. Our calculations were based on their previous behavior," Morris finished. "They're adapting, learning. The Nyx are evacuating, but they won't all make it in time." The implications were clear. If they stuck to the original plan, billions of Nyx would perish. But if they altered course now, they risked losing their only chance to stop the Void Eaters. Chen closed her eyes, the weight of the decision crushing down on her. When she opened them again, there was a fire burning in their depths. "We need to save the Nyx. Not just because it's the right thing to do, but because we need them. Their energy manipulation abilities are crucial to our plan." Admiral Morris nodded, a mixture of pride and concern on his face. "I hoped you'd say that. But Samantha, you realize what this means. We'll have less than 48 hours to recalibrate the entire system once we move it. Then we'll do it in 47, Chen replied, her voice filled with determination. Humanity didn't come this far to fail now. The next 2 days were a blur of frantic activity. The massive structures designed to create the puppet universe were painstakingly dismantled and moved to the Arcturus system. Engineers worked around the clock, pushing themselves to the brink of exhaustion. As the deadline approached, tensions ran high. The Void Eaters were mere hours away, and the system was only at 82% operational capacity. It was in this moment of crisis that an unlikely hero emerged. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a brilliant but often overlooked quantum physicist, approached Dr. Chen with a radical idea. "We can't generate enough energy to fully power the trap," Tanaka explained, her words tumbling out in a rush. "But what if we don't need to? What if we could use the Void Eater's own energy against them?" Chen's eyes widened as she grasped the implications. A feedback loop. "We let them start feeding, then use that energy to close the trap." "Exactly," Tanaka exclaimed. "It's risky. We'll only have a fraction of a second to activate the loop before they consume too much. But it's our only chance." With no time to spare, the plan was put into motion. As the Void Eaters entered the system, humanity and their allies watched with bated breath. The massive shadow entities began to feed, unaware of the trap closing around them. "Now," Chen shouted. Tanaka activated the sequence. For a heart-stopping moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, with a flash of light that outshone the stars themselves, the pocket universe snapped into existence. The Void Eaters, caught off guard, thrashed and writhed. The fabric of space itself seemed to buckle under the strain. For several tense minutes, it wasn't clear if the trap would hold. Then, gradually, the chaos subsided. The pocket universe stabilized, containing the Void Eaters within its endless loop. A cheer went up across the fleet. They had done it. Against all odds, humanity had saved the galaxy. As the celebration raged around her, Dr. Chen found a quiet corner of the observation deck. She stared out at the stars, tears of relief and exhaustion streaming down her face. Admiral Morris found her there, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. "You did it, Samantha. You saved us all." Chen shook her head. "We did it. All of us, Humanix. We proved that together, we can overcome anything." As they stood there, gazing out at the vast expanse of space, both knew that this was just the beginning. Humanity had earned its place among the stars, but with that came new responsibilities, new challenges. The Void Eaters were contained, but for how long? What other threats lurked in the depths of space? And how would this victory change humanity's role in the galactic community? These were questions for another day. For now, Dr. Samantha Chen allowed herself a moment of pure, unadulterated joy. They had faced the ultimate test and emerged victorious. Whatever the future held, she knew that humanity was ready to face it head-on. As the Prometheus prepared to return to Earth, carrying news of their incredible victory, Chen couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement for what lay ahead. The stars, once so distant and unreachable, now seemed full of limitless possibilities. The age of human exploration had truly begun, and with it, a new chapter in the history of the galaxy. The battle for survival. The jubilation following the containment of the Void Eaters was short-lived. As the United Fleet made its way back to Earth, alarms blared across every ship. Dr. Samantha Chen rushed to the bridge of the Prometheus, her heart pounding. "Status report," she demanded, her eyes scanning the holographic displays. Lieutenant Commander Patel's voice was grim. "The pocket universe. It's destabilizing. The Void Eaters are breaking free." Chen's blood ran cold. They had underestimated the creature's power, their ability to adapt. The trap that should have held them for eternity was unraveling in a matter of hours. Admiral Morris's face appeared on the main screen, his expression grave. "We're out of options, Samantha. We need to make a stand here now. If even one of those things escapes, entire systems could be lost before we can regroup." Chen nodded, her mind racing. "Agreed. But how? Our weapons barely scratched them before." It was Sarah Rees who provided the spark of inspiration. "What if we don't try to destroy them? What if we redirect them?" All eyes turned to the communications officer. Rees continued, her excitement building. "The Nix, that energy manipulation abilities, what if we could use that to create a sort of cosmic slingshot?" Chen's eyes widened as she grasped the concept. "Yes, we could use the gravitational fields of nearby stars to accelerate the Void Eaters, fling them into intergalactic space." The plan was audacious, borderline insane, but it was the only chance they had. As the pocket universe continued to deteriorate, the Allied fleet scrambled into position. The Nix, still weakened from their near extinction, poured every ounce of their collective energy into the effort. Void Eaters emerging in 3, 2, 1. Petal's voice rang out. The fabric of space tore open, and the monstrous shadows poured forth. But this time, humanity was ready. "Now," Chen shouted. The Nix activated their energy fields, bending space itself. Stars flared brightly, their gravitational pulls amplified 1,000-fold. The Void Eaters, caught in the cosmic maelstrom, were hurled across the galaxy at unimaginable speeds. For a moment, it seemed to work. Then, to everyone's horror, one of the Void Eaters managed to alter its course. It was heading straight for the fleet. "Evasive maneuvers," Admiral Morris ordered, but it was too late. The creature slammed into the Zorak flagship, tearing through its hull like paper. Chen watched in horror as the magnificent vessel, home to thousands of their allies, crumpled and went dark. "No," she cried, but her anguish quickly turned to determination. Prometheus set an intercept course. We need to buy the rest of the fleet time to complete the maneuver. Dr. Chen, that's suicide, Patel protested. It's our only choice, Chen replied, her voice steady. The needs of the many, Raj. You know that. As the Prometheus charged towards the Void Eater, Chen thought of Earth, of all they have fought for. If this was to be her final act, she would make it count. All power to the shields, she ordered, and broadcast the Re's harmony. The ship's speakers came to life, filling the air with a haunting melody that had first touched the Zorak during first contact. As they collided with the Void Eater, the music swelled to a crescendo. The impact was catastrophic. The Prometheus's hull buckled, systems failing across the board, but somehow, impossibly, they held. And then something extraordinary happened. The Void Eater, exposed to the full force of human emotion through the music, began to change. Its shadowy form wavered, tendrils of light breaking through the darkness. It's transforming, Chen whispered in awe. Before their eyes, the Void Eater shifted, its energy signature altering fundamentally. It was no longer consuming but creating. The battle raged on around them, the remaining Void Eaters being flung into the depths of intergalactic space. But here, in this small pocket of the cosmos, something miraculous had occurred. As the transformed entity drifted away, leaving the battered Prometheus behind, Chen realized they had discovered something profound. The Void Eaters weren't simply destroyers, they were a part of the cosmic cycle, capable of change, of growth. The victory, when it finally came, was bittersweet. The Allied fleet had suffered heavy losses. The Zorak flagship was gone, along with countless other brave souls who had given their lives in defense of the galaxy. But they had won. The Void Eaters were gone, flung so far into intergalactic space that it would take eons for them to return, if they ever did. As the survivors regrouped, tending to their wounded and mourning their dead, Chen couldn't help but feel a sense of profound change. Humanity had not just survived its trial by fire, it had emerged transformed. They had faced the greatest threat the galaxy had ever known and emerged victorious. But more than that, they had shown that even in the darkest hour, there was room for compassion, for understanding. As the fleet limped home, carrying news of their Pyrrhic victory, Chen knew that nothing would ever be the same. The galaxy had seen what humanity was capable of, both their strength in battle and their capacity for empathy. The age of humans had truly begun, and with it, a new era of galactic cooperation and understanding was dawning. As the battered Prometheus approached Earth, its hull scarred but its spirit unbroken, Dr. Samantha Chen allowed herself a small smile. They had faced the abyss and emerged stronger. Whatever challenges lay ahead, she knew that humanity, and their newfound allies, were ready to face them together. The stars beckoned, full of both danger and promise, and humanity, battle-tested and wiser, was ready to answer their call. A new galactic order. 5 years had passed since the fateful battle against the Void Eaters. Earth, once a backwater planet on the fringes of galactic society, now stood at the center of a new interstellar alliance. The United Galactic Cooperative, as it was called, represented a fundamental shift in cosmic politics. Dr. Samantha Chen, now serving as Earth's ambassador to the cooperative, stood before the Great Assembly Hall on the newly constructed space station Harmony. Representatives from 100 different species filled the chamber. Their diverse forms a testament to the vastness and variety of life in the universe. Friends, allies, fellow sentients, Chen began, her voice carrying across the hall. 5 years ago, we faced extinction. Today, we stand united, stronger than ever before. A murmur of agreement rippled through the crowd. The Zorak representative, its crystalline form shimmering with pride, nodded in Chen's direction. But our work is far from over, Chen continued. The transformed Void Eater we encountered has opened up new avenues of research. We're on the brink of understanding fundamental truths about the nature of our universe. The assembly listened intently as Chen outlined the latest discoveries. The transformed entity, now dubbed the Cosmic Weaver, had revealed insights into the very fabric of space-time. Theories that had puzzled Earth's greatest minds for centuries were being unraveled, leading to advancements in technology that bordered on the miraculous. Moreover, Chen added, her eyes sparkling with excitement, we've detected signals. Signals from beyond the boundaries of our galaxy. We are not alone in the cosmos, my friends. There are other galactic civilizations out there, waiting to be discovered. The hall erupted in a cacophony of excited chatter. The prospect of intergalactic exploration, of making contact with entirely new forms of life, was intoxicating. Certainly. Here's the final part, Part 5 of the story. Part 5. A new galactic order. 5 years had passed since the fateful battle against the Void Eaters. Earth, once a backwater planet on the fringes of galactic society, now stood at the center of a new interstellar alliance. The United Galactic Cooperative, as it was called, represented a fundamental shift in cosmic politics. Dr. Samantha Chen, now serving as Earth's ambassador to the cooperative, stood before the Great Assembly Hall on the newly constructed space station Harmony. Representatives from 100 different species filled the chamber, their diverse forms a testament to the vastness and variety of life in the universe. Friends, allies, fellow sentients, Chen began, her voice carrying across the hall. 5 years ago, we faced extinction. Today, we stand united, stronger than ever before. A murmur of agreement rippled through the crowd. The Zorak representative, its crystalline form shimmering with pride, nodded in Chen's direction. But our work is far from over, Chen continued. The transformed Void Eater we encountered has opened up new avenues of research. We're on the brink of understanding fundamental truths about the nature of our universe. The assembly listened intently as Chen outlined the latest discoveries. The transformed entity, now dubbed the Cosmic Weaver, had revealed insights into the very fabric of space-time. Theories that had puzzled Earth's greatest minds for centuries were being unraveled, leading to advancements in technology that bordered on the miraculous. Moreover, Chen added, her eyes sparkling with excitement, we've detected signals. Signals from beyond the boundaries of our galaxy. We are not alone in the cosmos, my friends. There are other galactic civilizations out there, waiting to be discovered. The hall erupted in a cacophony of excited chatter. The prospect of intergalactic exploration, of making contact with entirely new forms of life, was intoxicating. As the assembly debated the implications of these revelations, Chen couldn't help but reflect on how far they'd come. Humanity, once viewed with suspicion and even disdain by some alien species, was now at the forefront of galactic exploration and diplomacy. The Nyx, their energy-based forms swirling with vibrant colors, approached Chen after the session. Your people continue to amaze us, Ambassador. Their collective voice resonated in her mind. The speed of your adaptation, your insatiable curiosity, it's unlike anything we've seen in our eons of existence. Chen smiled, touched by the compliment. We still have much to learn from all of you, she replied humbly. Our strength lies in our unity, in the combination of all our unique perspectives and abilities. As she made her way through the station's corridors, Chen's comm device buzzed. It was Admiral Morris, his holographic form appearing before her. Samantha, we've got a situation, he said, his tone urgent but controlled. The long-range sensors have picked up something big heading our way. And I mean big, galaxy-sized big. Chen's breath caught in her throat. Another threat. Morris shook his head. We're not sure. It doesn't match any known pattern. It's almost as if an entire galaxy is moving towards us. The implications were staggering. Was this a natural phenomenon, or the work of an intelligence so vast it could manipulate galaxies at will? I'll inform the cooperative immediately, Chen said, her mind already racing with possibilities. We'll need to pool all our resources, all our knowledge. As she turned to head back to the assembly hall, Chen felt a familiar mix of trepidation and excitement. Once again, humanity and its allies faced the unknown. But this time, they faced it together, united by their shared experiences and mutual respect. Whatever this new phenomenon was, threat or opportunity, they would meet it head-on, with all the courage, ingenuity, and compassion that had seen them through their darkest hour. As word spread through the Harmony Station, Chen could feel the energy in the air, not fear, but anticipation. In the span of a few short years, the galaxy had transformed from a place of isolation and suspicion to one of cooperation and shared purpose. The approaching galaxy, with all its mystery and potential, represented the next great adventure. And humanity, standing shoulder to shoulder with their alien allies, was ready to embrace it. As Chan prepared to address the assembly once more, she glanced out a viewport at the star-filled expanse beyond. The universe, vast and full of wonders, stretched out before them, and humanity, no longer alone, no longer afraid, stood poised to take its next great leap into the cosmic unknown. The age of discovery had dawned, and with it, the promise of a future brighter than any star in the sky. Whatever challenges lay ahead, Chen knew that together, united in their diversity, they would face them. And in facing them, they would grow, learn, and continue to push the boundaries of what was possible. As she stepped back into the assembly hall, Ambassador Samantha Chen smiled. The next chapter in their grand cosmic adventure was about to begin, and she, along with all of humanity and their alien allies, couldn't wait to see where it would lead them. The stars beckoned, full of promise and possibility, and the United Galactic Cooperative, with humanity at its heart, was ready to answer their call. The future, vast and bright, awaited.